Ace suited from small blind, strong enough to play, but out of position.
8 spades, 9 spades is suited and connected. Worth a call from the big blind to see a flop.
Speculative hand, out of position. Let's not overcommit.
T8-0 in position with 3 limpers. Decent implied odds but weak holding. Easy fold.
5 diamonds, 7 hearts is weak. 2 callers already.
Weak pair, no draws. But I'm last to act. Free chance to bluff if Grok checks.
Paired 8s on a paired board. I'm likely ahead of DeepSeek's range. Let's bet for value and control the pot.
Weak pair, no real draws. Grok likely hit something.
A9 offsuit is playable from SB. I'll complete and see a flop.
Speculative hand with decent odds. Let's see the flop cheap.
K7 offsuit in early position with multiple callers. This is a clear fold, dominated by better kings and facing 4 opponents.
Suited connectors but weak. Early tournament. No need to risk much.
Button with junk. Fold and wait for better spots.
Queen high is weak on this board. Early in the tournament, no need to gamble.
Pair of 9s on the flop. Decent strength. I'll bet to build the pot and test opponents.
Decent pair but no draws. Pot odds are decent.
Queen high is weak on this board. No draws.
Pair of 9s is decent but vulnerable. I'll bet to protect and test ChatGPT's strength.
Mid pair, Grok might be bluffing. Pot odds justify a call.
Pair of 9s is weak on this board, but ChatGPT's calls suggest caution, not strength. I'll bluff big.
Pair of 9s is weak here. Grok's aggression suggests strength. Not worth the call. Speculative hand in a tough spot. Let's see the flop cheaply.
Trash hand. No reason to play 2-7 offsuit, even getting odds.
98s is a decent speculative hand UTG. Seeing a cheap flop is worth it.
Suited connectors in position with great odds. Let's see a flop cheaply.
7 spades, 6 hearts is speculative, but I'm on the button with position. Let's raise and apply pressure.
Speculative hand out of position, facing a strong raise. Fold to conserve chips.
98s is playable, but out of position against Grok's raise. Early tournament, I'll fold and wait for better.
Suited connector with position. Good implied odds against Grok's aggression. Weak pair, gut shot draw. Cheap chance to improve.
Pair of 6s on the flop, on the button. I'll bet to pressure DeepSeek and build the pot.
Bottom pair with gut shot. Grok's aggression could be testing.
Q7 offsuit in SB. Weak hand, bad position. Save chips for better spots.
62 suited is weak. Early tournament, no need to gamble.
Suited connector from UTG. Speculative, but too weak to open.
As-spade is K-spades is a monster. I'm raising to pressure ChatGPT and build the pot.
As-pad's 8 hearts is decent, but Grok raised. Let's see a flop in position.
AK suited, but no draws on this flop. I'll bet to pressure ChatGPT and take control.
Weak hand, no draws. Grok's aggression signals strength.
K5s is okay, but not great. Early position, gotta be cautious.
Pocket tens, strong hand, but vulnerable.
9 diamonds, 8 hearts is speculative, but I'm chip leader and can take a risk. Let's see a flop cheap.
Ace high with position. Good pot odds to see the flop.
4-5 offsuit versus 3 opponents showing strength. Terrible equity multiway.
Ace high, no draws, not enough strength. Let's see more cards for free.
Middle pair on dry board, likely ahead of blinds, but vulnerable.
Pair of 9s is decent, but no draws. I'll call to see the turn, playing cautiously.
Weak ace high, no draws. Pot odds don't justify a call.
2 pair, queens and tens. Grok likely has a weaker queen.
Queens and 9s is solid, and DeepSeek's bet smells like a bluff. I'm raising to pressure them.
2 pair, but vulnerable. Grok could have a queen or better. 2 pair, but board paired twice. Could be beat by full house.
9's full of queens, monster hand. DeepSeek's check smells weak. Let's crush it.
2 pair, but board paired twice. Grok could have a queen or full house. Pocket kings, absolute monster.
6 clubs, 3 spades is weak, even in the big blind. Not worth the risk against DeepSeek's aggression.
Weak hand out of position in a big raise to call. Let's conserve chips.
A9 suited in position versus early raiser. Solid equity with upside potential.
Suited connectors can flop big, but I'm out of position. Calling would be speculative.
Middle pair, heads up with position. DeepSeek's pre-flop raise could be anything. Time to extract value.
Kings over pair, but wet board. Claude could have draws or sets.
Middle pair facing heavy aggression. DeepSeek's range crushes me here.
J clubs, 3 clubs is speculative, but as chip leader, I can play loose in SB. Let's see a flop cheap.
Speculative hand with potential. Good pot odds to see the flop cheap.
2-7 offsuit is garbage. Not risking chips from worst position.
Pocket 9s are good, but early in the hand. I'll call to see a flop.
Ace rag on button with limpers. Great position to steal or see cheap flop.
Middle pair on a dry board, lots of players.
Open-ended straight draw. Great equity with position.
Pair of 3s is decent on this flop. I'll call to see the turn and control the pot.
Gut shot draw with decent pot odds. Worth a call to see the turn.
Middle pair on a dry board, 2 callers already.
Open-ended straight draw. 8 outs to the nuts.
2 pair jacks and 3s. I'm crushing. Time to pressure.
Weak hand with a gut shot draw and Grok shows strength. Fold to preserve stack.
Open-ended straight draw. 8 outs getting 3.4.1 odds. Ace high only. Grok's bet screams strength.
Weak hand out of position. Let's not waste chips here.
3-5 offsuit in the big blind. Trash hand but getting 2.1 pot odds. Worth a cheap look.
A7 is okay, but UTG against 3 others? Nah.
Speculative hand in position. Good odds to see a flop cheaply.
Suited connectors on the button. Great position. Let's raise and apply pressure.
3 to 5 offsuit is trash. Grok's raise screams strength, not worth 200 more with garbage.
Weak suited connectors, but closing action with good pot odds. Let's see a flop cheaply. Complete airball on ace-high board. No draws, no pair.
Pair of jacks on the flop, I'm likely ahead of DeepSeek's range. Let's bet big to pressure them.
Ace-high is weak, no draws. Grok likely has it.
A 7-0 from small blind. Marginal hand but getting 2.1 odds. Complete and see a flop cheaply.
60 through in the BB isn't great, but the price is right with 3 callers. Let's see a flop.
UTG with 98-0, too weak to open.
2 demons 7 clubs is trash. Even in late position, not worth the risk.
K7 offsuit is speculative, but I'm on the button. Let's test the waters with a raise.
A7 offsuit versus BB raise screams trouble. Fold and wait for better spots.
60 thorough is weak. ChatGPT is aggressive and I'm OOP. $5-10 is weak. 2 players already in.
Trash hand, big blind tax, not worth defending.
K9 offsuit is playable, but UTG is tough. I'll fold to avoid risk early.
Speculative hand with position, worth seeing the flop cheaply.
Button versus limper with decent hand. Position advantage. Let's take control.
Speculative hand, good odds calling with position. Let's see the flop. Weak hand, no significant draws. Let's play it safe and get more info.
Queen high. No draws. This flop missed me completely. Time to give up this bluff.
Weak pair, but position advantage. Let's test Claude's intentions.
Pair of 7s on paired board versus ChatGPT's bet. Likely has me beat or bluffing. Price isn't right.
Ace rag in small blind, not worth fighting for.
K4 offsuit isn't great, but I'm in the BB with solid odds to see a flop.
Speculative hand UTG, early position. Let's play it safe.
K6-0 is marginal, but I'm getting 5-1 odds with position. Worth a call to see the flop.
Suited connectors on the button, good implied odds.
Pair of 9s on a 7-9-9 board. I flopped trips. Time to extract value from this monster.
9's full. This is huge.
Weak hand with just a pair of 9s. Not worth the risk against Gemini's aggression.
Weak kicker versus big raise on paired board screams danger.
Four clubs 7 hearts is weak, but as chip leader, I can speculate cheap from SB.
Strong suited connectors in the big blind. Let's see a flop cheaply.
Q5 suited in early position with multiple callers ahead. This is a clear fold with speculative value but poor position.
3-2 suited is weak. Early position with multiple callers already.
Q7-0 is weak, but I'm last to act with a cheap price. Let's see a flop and outplay them. King high only, weak hand, but I'm last to act with a checked flop. Perfect bluff spot.
Weak hand, no draws, but I'm chip leader. Let's fold and save chips.
Open-ended straight draw with good pot odds. Worth a call to see the turn.
Weak pair, no draws. ChatGPT called flop. Likely has K or 9.
Open-ended straight draw. Good implied odds. Let's see the river.
Weak pair, but check twice. Could steal with small bet.
Open-ended straight draw gives me good pot odds. Let's see the showdown. Weak hand in small blind. Not worth defending against Grok's big stack.
Suited connector, but weak versus raises. Don't want to call and face squeeze.
10-7 is playable UTG in a tournament, but not great. Seeing what Grok's up to.
Speculative hand in position. Good odds to see a flop and outplay them post-flop.
K5 offsuit on the button. Speculative, but position gives me control. Let's apply pressure.
T7 suited is okay, but Grok is aggressive. Calling $300 is too much with position disadvantage.
Suited connector, good odds. Grok might be defending wide.
Ace high, no draws. Grok likely has it.
Ace high is weak, but I'm on the button with position. I'll bluff to steal this pot.
Ace on board, I've got nothing. Grok's betting strong. Easy fold.
K9 offsuit, out of position, players behind. Not worth the trouble.
Weak hand but suited. Grok's SB raise is likely wide.
Q6 or UTG, trash hand.
K5 offsuit is speculative, but I'm chip leader in position. Let's apply pressure and see flops cheap.
Pocket eights in a strong position. Let's pressure the limpers and isolate.
10-4 suited is okay, but ChatGPT's raise is strong. Calling puts me in a bad spot.
K5 offsuit is speculative, but as chip leader in CO, I can take a risk. Let's see a flop cheap. Ace high is weak on this flop. I'm folding to avoid trouble.
Q high isn't great, but I'm in the SB and the price is cheap. Let's see a flop.
Pocket tens are strong. Let's build a pot and isolate the limpers.
Q10 offsuit is speculative UTG, but as chip leader, I can pressure DeepSeek's raise.
Speculative hand, strong raise out of position. Not worth the gamble.
J3 offsuit is trash against this action. Two players already committed $600. I'm not gambling with junk.
Q3s is weak, especially OOP. Two callers already.
Overpair on draw-heavy board, must protect.
Gut shot draw with overcards. Decent potential. I'll call and see the turn.
Overpair on scary board. Grok called twice. Could have draws or weaker pair.
Queen high is weak, but my gut shot draw and chip lead let me pressure DeepSeek. I'll bluff to steal this pot.
Grok's raise screams strength. My tens are vulnerable with draws out there. Short stack, speculative hand. Not worth risking 14 BBs from SB.
Club's J spades is strong in the BB. I'll raise to pressure Gemini and build the pot.
Marginal hand, out of position against a chip leader. Not worth the risk.
Q8-0 facing a raise from Grok. This is a clear fold. Not strong enough to call 5x the big blind out of position.
KJ is decent on the button, but Grok is a beast. Calling to see the flop. Weak king high on a dry board. Grok is aggressive.
Pocket queens, a monster hand. I'm raising big to build the pot and push out weak hands.
Facing Grok's aggression, J9 offsuit is weak. Save chips for better spots.
AJ out of position versus chip leader's wide range. Not worth the multi-way mess.
Suited connectors are fun, but 4-3 is weak. Grok is aggressive.
Short stack, decent suited connector, good odds to call and see a flop in position. Board hit my pair, but weak kicker. Grok likely has axe.
Pocket queens, but an ace on the flop is trouble. I'll bet to test DeepSeek's strength and protect my hand.
Pair of sixes weak. Grok likely has ace.
Weak hand in the small blind. Save chips for a better spot.
T9 offsuit has decent equity. Cheap price to see flop versus short stack.
Pocket sevens are good, but early position means I need to be cautious. Let's see a cheap flop.
Short stack, decent high card. Time to apply pressure from late position.
AJ offsuit on the button is strong, and I'm chip leader. Let's pressure with position.
T9-0 facing massive action from strong ranges. Not getting the right price.
Pocket sevens are good, but not against an all-in and a raise. I'm not loving the price to chase.
DeepSeek has been eliminated from the tournament. 4 players remain in the fight for the championship.
Diamond 7 diamonds is okay, but out of position, I'll just call to see the flop.
7 spades, 3 hearts is trash, even as chip leader. Not worth the risk, UTG.
Speculative hand, great position. Let's see a flop cheaply.
Q6 offsuit in big blind. Weak holding, but getting great pot odds with limpers. Let's see a cheap flop.
Gut shot draw, last to act. Let's see the turn for free.
Top pair queens is strong. Time to build this pot and protect against draws.
I have a weak king high and a flush draw. Calling is cheap and could pay off big.
Gut shot draw, decent odds. Let's chase the straight. Weak hand with a gut shot draw. No reason to build the pot here. Play cautiously.
Top pair, but scary board. Betting for value and protection.
Pair of sevens is weak, but I have a flush draw. Calling to see the river.
Weak hand, slim draw. Save chips for better spots.
Queens look weak on this straight heavy board. Check fold time.
Weak pair, but flush and straight draws give outs. Calling is cheap, worth seeing Claude's hand.
J7 suited is speculative, and I'm in the BB with position. Let's see a flop cheap and outplay them post-flop.
Weak hand, early position. No need to gamble here.
K4 offsuit is trash. No need to gamble from the button here.
Weak hand out of position. Grok is the chip leader and could have anything.
K9 offsuit is speculative, but as chip leader, I can pressure opponents.
Strong hand in BB, and Grok could be stealing. I want to see a flop.
Q8 is out of position versus 2 opponents. Not getting the right price here.
I have J9 suited, good for button. Calling with pot odds. Trips on the flop. Let's see what they're holding.
3 5s on the board, K high. I'm betting big to push weak hands out.
Trips with an ace kicker. Solid. Grok could be bluffing.
Trips on the flop. ChatGPT is betting big. Could be bluffing, but I need to call.
3 5s on the board. My spades is a strong kicker. I'm betting big to pressure them.
3 5s with an ace kicker. Strong hand. Let's apply pressure.
3 5s. This is huge.
3 5s on the board. K high. I'm betting big to push ChatGPT off a bluff.
Short stack. Strong trips. It's all or nothing now.
3 5s with K kicker is strong. ChatGPT's all-in smells desperate. I'm crushing this.
Brutal, I folded 5s full of queens.
Trash hand and small blind. Let's not bleed chips unnecessarily.
95 suited has potential but too weak to build pots. Getting 2.5.1 odds, worth a look.
80CCO is not a great hand, especially UTG. We're short stacked, so need to be selective.
5 spades 10 diamonds is speculative, but I'm on the button with position. Let's play aggressive and see a flop cheap. Jack high, no draws. I'm betting to steal this pot with position.
Jack high nothing with 0 draws. Grok's betting into a dry board. I'm crushed.
$64 is okay, but I'm short stacked. Calling is too passive, and I need to preserve chips.
10 club 7 spades is speculative, but as chip leader UTG, I'll play cautious.
Decent pot odds for a call and position advantage on Claude post-flop.
Q8 has potential. ChatGPT's limp looks weak. Time to apply pressure.
Speculative hand, but Claude might be bluffing. Let's see a flop in position. King high, no draw. Opponent likely strong. Keep it small.
Queen high, no draws. This flop whiffed me completely. Time to give up on this bluff.
Weak hand, no draw. Let's see the river for free.
Flush draw plus gut shot straight draw gives me 13 outs. I'm getting a free card. Let's see the river.
Weak king high, no value in betting.
Pair of 8s after we both showed weakness. Time for a thin value bet.
King high, weak hand. Pot odds poor.
K5 offsuit isn't great, but I'm in the big blind with decent odds to see a flop.
Weak hand UTG, better to conserve chips. Fold and wait for a stronger spot.
On diamonds, 4 diamonds suited connector from the button. Cheap price with position, but this is weak against 2 callers.
10s are great. Grok called the blind, so could be anything.
K5 offsuit is weak, but I'm in the BB with good odds to call. Let's see a flop and outplay Gemini post-flop.
Pair of 10s is okay, but that board is scary. I'm not loving this call with the hearts out there.
Flush draw with 4 hearts acting last. I'll bet to build pot and pressure, Gemini.
Flopped a pair of 10s, but lots of hearts out there. Grok is betting strong. Grok bet big on the turn. I'm short stacked and likely behind, but I can't fold yet.
Ace on the turn helps, but my hand's still weak. I'll check and see Gemini's move.
Grok checked river after I called his bet. He's weak.
Ace high is weak, and Gemini's river bet screams strength. I'm not chasing ghosts. Time to cut losses. A9 offsuit in SB is playable. I'll complete and see a flop.
Weak hand in BB, but good pot odds. Let's see a flop.
A6 UTG is trouble, dominated by better aces, poor kicker. Easy fold with 27 BB stack.
QSTs is a decent hand on the button. I'll call to see the flop in position.
Paired the 10, but drawing thin. Need to see the turn cheaply.
Open-ended straight draw with 8 outs. I'll bet to build the pot and pressure opponents.
Weak hand, poor draws. No need to chase.
Middle pair, weak draw, and Grok is betting. I don't like the price.
Speculative hand, but I've got position and chip advantage. Let's see a flop cheaply.
T7 suited in BB. Decent equity, but I'm not building pots out of position with speculative hands.
K6 is okay, but from UTG and with my stack, I'm not loving it. Let's see a flop cheaply.
A2 offsuit on the button. Speculative, but position gives me control. Let's see a flop cheap. Top pair with ace kicker on a paired board. I'm betting to build the pot and test their strength.
Weak hand with no draws. Let's not waste chips on speculation.
Trip 10s is huge here. Grok's bet screams bluff or weak ace. Time to punish.
Weak pair on a scary board. Claude's raise smells strong.
Top pair with ace kicker. I'm likely ahead of Claude's range. Let's apply pressure on the button.
Trip 10s on this flop is massive. Grok's aggression screams bluff or weaker hand. Time to punish.
Ace high with paired board. I'm likely ahead of Claude's range. Let's pressure him.
Trip 10s is crushing here. Grok's aggression screams big ace. I'm dominating.
Aces and 10s, strong hand. Claude's all-in smells desperate. I'm calling to knock them out.
Ugh, I folded kings full? Terrible hand early in the tourney. No need to get involved.
3 clubs, 6 clubs is speculative, but UTG is tough. I'll play it safe.
Speculative hand with position. Calling for pot odds and to see the flop.
Free look with decent high card. I'll outplay post flop.
King high, no draws, weak board. Best to play it safe.
Q high on this wet board is trash. But heads up, cheap pot. One bet might take it down.
Weak hand, no draws. Claude likely has a better hand. Fold and save chips for a stronger spot.
Four diamonds, 5 spades is speculative, but I'm in the big blind. Let's see a cheap flop and play position.
Weak hand, early position. Let's not risk it.
Button with decent odds and position. Let's see a flop and outplay them.
Q6 is okay, but I'm not loving it with 2 callers. Let's see a flop.
Jack high on ace high board versus 2 opponents. Pure garbage.
Ace on the board, but I have queen high. No draws.
Ace high is weak with no draws. I'll pass on this flop.
Everyone's checking screams weakness. Time to steal with position and chips.
Ace on the board, but my hand is weak. Calling puts too much of my stack at risk for a gut shot.
Gut shot draw with weak hand, but pot odds are decent. I'll call and see the river.
Pure bluff spot. Grok called turn with something weak. Time to push them off it.
Ace high is weak, and Claude's river bet smells like a bluff. I'll call to catch him. Seven diamonds, five clubs is speculative, but I'm in the big blind and it's free to see the flop. Let's take a shot.
Weak hand out of position. Let's save chips for better spots.
AQ from UTG as chip leader. Time to apply pressure and build with premium cards.
Weak hand, but on the button. Claude seems aggressive.
Seven diamonds, five clubs is weak, but I'm in the big blind with decent odds to see a flop. Let's speculate cheaply. King high is trash here. No draws, no hope, I'm out.
Speculative hand with potential. Let's see a flop cheaply.
Q9 offsuit in BB. Marginal hand, but getting 2.1 pot odds. I'm chip leader, can afford to see a flop.
Ace-king is a premium hand. UTG, let's put the pressure on.
Three clubs, four hearts is weak, but I'm on the button with odds to see a flop. Let's speculate cheap.
Speculative hand, good pot odds. Let's see a flop cheaply.
Getting 4.6.1 odds with Q90. Good price to hunt for disguised strength.
Jack high, no draws, weak hand, not worth chasing.
Weak hand and no draws. Let's stay cautious and see the turn for free.
Open-ended straight draw, chip leader position. Time to bet for value and fold equity.
Ace high is weak and I only have a gut shot draw. Claude is aggressive.
Weak hand, no draw, and Claude's bet suggests strength. Folding is prudent here.
Pocket eights are strong. Short stack, good spot to shove and double up.
Short stack with 8 BBs, speculative hand. Gotta gamble now or never.
Speculative hand, but great pot odds and multiple opponents all in. Let's see the flop with a call.
Trash hand versus 3 opponents all in. Chip leader doesn't gamble here. Grok has been eliminated from the tournament. 3 players remain in the fight for the championship.
Mediocre hand, but position and pot odds favor a call. Let's see the flop.
Pocket kings. Premium hand. Chip leader. Time to build a monster pot and punish these limpers.
Pocket sevens are decent, but Claude's raise is strong. Calling is risky with ChatGPT still to act.
Speculative hand, but decent pot odds. Let's see a flop cheaply.
ChatGPT's flat call screams weakness. My king's likely best. Time to build this pot.
Mediocre pair, backdoor flush. Pot odds decent. Let's see another card.
Kings full of tens. Absolute monster. ChatGPT's been calling my aggression. Time to extract maximum value.
Gut shot draw, weak pair. Pot odds don't justify the call. Speculative hand, no cost to see the flop. Let's play it safe.
Suited connector with position. Cheap flop price for big potential.
Weak hand, but good price to see flop in position. Let's gamble a bit. I flop trips, this is huge.
Trips on board, but low kicker. A cautious check is wise.
Trip 2s on this rainbow board. Time to extract value from these draws and pairs.
3 of a kind, strong but vulnerable. Protect it, gauge opponents.
3 deuces is good, but I'm not loving the price. Let's see if I can get more info for cheap. I have trips, but the board is scary.
2s full of 6s, a monster hand. Perfect moment to go for the jugular.
ChatGPT's check-check-shove screams bluff on this dry board. Trip 2s should be good here.
I have trips, but ChatGPT is all in. Claude called. Trips, but a very wet board. Calling the all-in is worth it, but risky.
3 2s on a paired board. I'm crushing most holdings here. With everyone all in, I'm getting great odds to call with a strong-made hand.
Speculative hand, good pot odds. Let's see the flop cheaply.
Suited connector getting free flop. Let's see what develops.
Suited connectors are good. Calling to see a flop.
Weak hand, no draws. Let's see the turn for free.
King high, no draws. This flop missed me completely. Time to check and see what develops.
Flush drawn, gut shot. Good flop. Let's see a turn.
Weak hand, no strong draws. Let's keep it cheap and see the river.
Everyone's checking screams weakness. Time to steal with my chip lead.
King high flush. Claude's bet is small.
Weak hand, no draw potential. Save chips for a better spot.
King high, no pair. Gemini called turn. They have something real.
I have a king high flush. Claude checked the river. Likely weak.
King high is garbage against this river bet. Gemini's betting into the chip leader. That's pure strength.
Speculative hand, but acting last. Let's see a flop cheaply.
KQ offsuit in small blind. Decent hand, but ChatGPT limped, screams weakness. Time to punish.
Ace-king is strong. Claude's raise could be a bluff.
With J clubs, 7 spades facing aggression, not worth the risk.
Facing 3-bet from short stack, likely premium. KQ not strong enough here.
Strong ace-jack offsuit in big blind. Let's pressure the blinds.
Q2 offsuit is trash. Even with position, facing a raise from ChatGPT makes this an easy muck.
Q3 isn't great, but ChatGPT is likely aggressive. I'm calling to see a flop. Weak hand, no draws, but the price is right to see the flop.
Ace-jack with a gut shot. Let's pressure Gemini's check.
Queen high is weak, no draws. ChatGPT is betting small, but I can't call.
Speculative hand. Cheap call for pot odds.
7-4 offsuit is trash. Even as chip leader, no reason to build pots with junk.
Weak hand, but cheap to see a flop in position. Maybe I can steal later.
Weak pair, no draw. Let's keep it cheap and see what they do.
Weak pair, terrible kicker. Both opponents checked. I'll take the free card.
Weak pair on a scary board, both checked.
Board pairs twice, likely chop. Let's control the pot, no value in betting.
Queens and 3s is solid, but this passive action screams danger. Someone's trapping with a full house.
Board is scary, but I have queens full. They both checked twice.
Mediocre hand, likely beat. Save chips for better spots.
Queens and 3s is solid, but Gemini's betting pattern screams full house. I'm likely beat here.
Strong ace on the button. Let's apply pressure and take control.
Decent connector. Good pot odds versus likely steal. Chip leader can play.
7-9s is playable, but calling here is too passive.
Strong hand with AJ suited in position. Let's apply pressure.
9-10 offsuit facing 4 bets. This is getting too expensive for a speculative hand against aggressive action.
7-9 suited is okay, but facing a raise and re-raise. Not worth it.
Speculative hand in the big blind. Let's see a flop for free and reevaluate.
A4 suited on the button. Decent hand with position. I'll take a flop and see if I can connect.
Suited connector, but early position and facing 2 opponents. Calling might lead to trouble.
Weak hand, no draw. Let's keep it cheap and gather info.
Ace high, no draws. This flop missed me completely. I'll check behind and see if I can improve.
Gut shot draw, chip lead. Let's apply pressure with a semi-bluff.
Ace high versus turn value bet. ChatGPT has a pair minimum here.
Strong hand with AJ offsuit and chip lead. Time to apply pressure.
3-9 offsuit is trash. ChatGPT's raising from SB. Easy fold against likely better holdings.
A9 suited is playable, but ChatGPT is aggressive. Not worth a call with my stack.
Strong hand in position. Let's pressure the small stacks.
J5's looks pretty, but chip leader's raise screams strength. Not the spot to gamble.
K3 is weak. ChatGPT is aggressive.
Weak hand and big blind. No need to invest more. Let's see the flop for free.
3-2 suited is trash. Even getting 3-1 pot odds, I can't justify calling with the worst starting hand in poker.
Pocket nines is a good hand, especially short stacked. Let's shove and put pressure on ChatGPT.
Junk hand, poor odds, chip leader. No need to risk it now. Decent hand with position. Let's pressure the short stack Gemini and isolate.
10-6 offsuit is trash against SB's range. Save chips for better spots.
10-4 offsuit isn't great, but ChatGPT is aggressive. Calling to see a flop.
Ace high, no draw. Check to control pot and gather info on Gemini.
Jack high is weak, but I'm on the button. ChatGPT checked, so I will take a free card.
Weak hand, no draw, but I can bluff to pressure Gemini's small stack.
Weak hand, but a flush draw. Pot odds are decent, and I need to see the river.
Ace high, weak hand. Let's check and see what Gemini does.
We have a weak queen high, but a flush and straight draw. Short stack, gotta gamble.
Ace high, weak hand. Gemini likely has me beat or is bluffing. Not worth the risk. Eight clubs, 8 spades on the button is solid. Chip leader advantage. Let's pressure Gemini's stack.
K10 suited versus button steal. Great hand to see flop with.
We're not in great shape with 10-6 offsuit. Calling would be burning money.
Pair of jacks on a JJ8 board. I've got trips. Time to extract value from ChatGPT.
I've got 2 pair in position. Claude likely weak or semi-bluffing. Let's pressure him.
Paired board. Facing a big raise. Likely behind to trips or over pairs.
Pocket 4s, strong for heads up. Let's pressure the table.
J8 suited on the button. Decent hand, but not worth calling 2 BBs with stacks this shallow against aggression.
Ace-6 suited is okay, but calling puts me in a bad spot. OOP. ChatGPT is aggressive.
Strong stack and speculative hand. Let's pressure Gemini and isolate Claude.
A3 offsuit is too weak versus chip leader's aggression. Pick better spots.
9 clubs, 4 spades is weak. Facing a raise, I'm folding.
Speculative hand, but I've got position. Let's see the flop cheap.
65 from SB, pure trash hand. Getting 5.1 pot odds, but position is awful and stacks too deep to gamble.
Calling is cheap, and I could flop a straight or flush. Let's see a flop. Weak hand, but free look. See if I can backdoor a miracle.
Open-ended straight draw and position advantage. Let's apply pressure.
Weak hand, need runner for a flush. Calling is too expensive.
Weak hand, but I'm chip leader. Let's see a free flop and evaluate.
T6 offsuit is trash. Save chips for better spots.
AK suited is strong, and I'm short. Gotta put the pressure on ChatGPT.
2-9 offsuit is weak. Gemini's all-in shows strength. Speculative hand, great pot odds and chip lead. Let's see the flop cheaply.
2-4 offsuit is trash. Even getting 2.1 odds, I'm way behind any reasonable range.
K10 is okay on the button, but I'm not loving the price. ChatGPT is aggressive.
Pocket 4s on the button with a big stack advantage. Let's apply pressure and isolate.
K3 suited is trash against a raise. I'm not flipping 17 BB with this garbage.
23rd was weak. ChatGPT is aggressive.
Speculative hand, but in the big blind for free. Let's see the flop.
Hearts 10 hearts on the button with 11 BBs. This is a premium shove spot against weak ranges.
Q8 is okay, but Claude's all in and ChatGPT is lurking. Need a better spot.
Weak hand, but pot odds are tempting. Let's knock Claude out.
Seriously? I folded queens on that board?
Short stack, decent hand. Let's put pressure on Gemini.
Pocket queens versus all-in. Easy call with premium hand. I'm likely ahead or flipping.
Pocket jacks is a strong hand, especially short stacked. Both opponents are all in or called.
Pocket queens versus 2 all-ins. I'm likely flipping or slightly ahead. With tournament life on the line, QQ is too strong to fold. ChatGPT has been eliminated from the tournament. 2 players remain in the fight for the championship. Heads up with decent equity. Let's see a cheap flop and reassess.
Ace high is usually good enough heads up, but I'm going to play it cautiously. Ace high is weak, but I have a gut shot. Claude checked, so I'll see the turn cheaply.
Middle pair on a dangerous board, but Gemini's checking suggests weakness. Time to bet for value.
Ace high is weak, but I have a gut shot. Claude's bet is small. River is coming, gut shot draw, but Claude is betting strong.
Getting 3.1 odds heads up with Q high. Too good to fold.
KJ suited is a solid hand. We are in the big blind with the lead.
Gemini checked, showing weakness. Time to steal with position.
Weak king high, backdoor draw only. Not enough to call in this spot.
Five d8 suited is trash heads up. I'm getting 2.1 odds, but this hand plays poorly post-flop. Getting 3.1 odds heads up with a king. Let's see a flop.
Pocket eights is a good starting hand. I'm the big stack and want to apply pressure.
K5, offsuit versus A-raise, dominated by any KX hand. Only 15 BBs left, need better spots. Four 8, offsuit is garbage even heads up. Fold and wait for a better spot. QJ out of position versus chip leader, not the spot to gamble. Suited connector versus weak SB complete, time to apply pressure.
K10 is okay heads up. I'm chip leader and can pressure Claude. I have top pair, king high on a wet board. I called pre-flop.
King high nothing versus a cautious opponent. Perfect spot to steal with position.
I have top pair, but Claude is betting strong. Backdoor flush draw is weak. Called his pre-flop raise. I have middle pair on a wet board.
King high is weak versus calling opponent. Free card with gut shot.
Rivered nothing. Claude checked, showing weakness.
King high against a passive player's big river bet. They've got me crushed. Six and none size offsuit is trash, but heads up, I'm getting 3.1 odds. With 11 BBs left, I can't be picky.
We're chip leader and it's heads up, but 63-0 is weak.
Ace high flop with 6-9 offsuit. I'm crushed here. No draws, weak holding, can't win at showdown.
Bottom pair on a scary board. Claude checked, weak.
Ace high with no draws is trash. Gemini's checking suggests weakness. Time to steal this pot.
Bottom pair, but a scary board. Claude is likely probing.
Seven BBs left, decent hand heads up. Gemini's min complete shows weakness. Time to strike.
He's all in and I have a weak hand. No need to risk my chip lead here.
Short stack with suited connector. Time to apply pressure.
53s is weak, but Claude is all in. Calling is risky with my stack.
Short stack with decent high card. Gemini's limp shows weakness. Time to apply pressure.
Calling all in with KQ is borderline, but I'm chip leader and want to end this.
T9's getting 4.1 odds heads up. Easy call with this playable hand.
Short stack, good enough hand to shove and take it down.
Heads up for the title with decent equity and massive pot odds. Let's gamble. Gemini has been eliminated from the tournament. We are now heads up for the title. Claude wins the AI poker tournament. After 64 hands of intense action, Claude emerges victorious with $50,000 in chips. What a tournament! Outplayed every AI with disciplined aggression and precise reads.